Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? So I'm super excited for this video because I'm going to be doing a review and face swatches of the new Kaleidos Space Age highlighters, which just look like this. There are 6 different shades. I believe that you can buy all 6 of them for $76, or you can purchase them individually for $14 each. I did receive these in PR and I'm super grateful just because I've really loved everything I've tried from Kaleidos so far, and I'm so excited to see them expand their range because they started off with eyeshadows. Now they have highlighters and they are coming out with lip products, so I'm just super excited about it, and I've been testing these out for the last few weeks, so I'm ready to give you guys my thoughts on them. So the packaging on these are super cool. They kind of have a really soft finish, and they're just probably the most interesting highlighter compacts I've ever had in my life, and I feel like they just really stand out. I also appreciate that the packaging matches every single shade, so even if you do have multiples of these, it's super easy to remember which one you're going for, and you don't have to go through and sift through all of them. Like sometimes, for example, with my Ofra highlighters that all look like this, I have like 5 of these. I sit there and I have to like check every single back before I find the one that I'm looking for. So I really appreciate that. In fact, I think honestly, other than loose highlighters or highlighters that have the tops open, like my Love Luxe Beauty ones, for example, super cute, but you have to search to find exactly what you're looking for. JD Glow. Like, it's not very often that people do separate colors for different highlighters, so I really love the packaging. My overall thoughts on the highlighters would be that I do like them, but there are some differences between them. Some are more duochrome, some are more soft, some have more texture to them, so it's kind of a case-by-case basis, and I'm just going to go ahead and go through each shade quickly. I'm going to do some quick little arm swatches as well, just so you can see them on my arm next to one another, and I'm just going to kind of explain my quick short thoughts for each one, and then we'll go ahead and jump on into the face swatches. So I'm just going to go ahead and start off with the most neutral shade, and this is Ray Rider. So there's what that one looks like. Super cute. And this is just like a nice kind of champagne type shade, and it's very soft. It does not have any glitter, any sparkles, or anything in it. There's what it looks like. It's kind of like a champagne-y gold, but it is light enough that I can use it blended out on my skin tone, which I wasn't sure at first if it would be just a little bit too dark for me. You can see it has a little bit of bronziness, but just used with like a light, more natural highlighting brush, I was able to make that one work. And I don't know if you can see it, it's like a softer glow. I do like that one, and if you get it in the set, it's nice, but it's not like my favorite highlighter ever. It's not something I would run out and buy. And then next I have the shade Star Surfer, which is another more natural one, and I love this one. They have 2 different pink ones, but this is the more natural pink. It just looks a lot more subtle on the skin, and this has not as much of like a bright iridescent pink to it. It does not really have a lot of texture or anything to it. It's just a really soft, very pretty, glowy pink highlight, which I love shades like this. So there is Star Surfer. Honestly, I think that's probably my favorite one of the bunch. And then the next pink one is called Comet Catcher, and here's what that one looks like. You can see it has a brighter pink to it, and it has a brighter shift to it as well. It's a white to pink duochrome. Not sure how much you're going to be able to catch that in the pan. So this one, when you dig your finger in, it does come off pretty metallic, and you can see that duochrome. It looks really beautiful. You could also definitely use these as eyeshadows, and I definitely like the shift on that one. This one does have a little bit of a softer texture to it. It doesn't have any glitter or anything. It's just a glow with a duochrome. Alright, so next is the shade Solar Sailor, which has more of like the yellow packaging to it. And this reminds me a lot of Gimme Glow Halo highlight because it does have kind of like a cool, almost blue tone background to it, but it has a really vibrant, very bright yellow shift. I actually like this more than Halo just because it's light enough that I can use it on my skin tone, whereas Halo is just a little bit too much and I only use that one as an eyeshadow, but this would be a beautiful eyeshadow as well. Again, not really sure how much you're going to be able to pick up the shift, but I find this to be pretty much the same kind of formula as the previous shade Comet Catcher, where it's just, I mean, it's super metallic, like you can see, but it does not have any glitter or sparkles in it. Alright, so next, getting into the sparkly ones, we have the shade Skywalker, which has the blue packaging. This is the shade that I have on my cheeks today, which you can see it's super intense. I have applied this with a more natural brush, and it applies a lot lighter, but with a more firm brush, it'll apply this way, which is pretty intense, especially for a blue highlight. I know that's probably not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but I do think it looks really pretty, especially with this eye look. So here is what Skywalker looks like. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell, but it's a white with a blue shift to it, and it does have, I would say, more of a sparkly texture to it, and I feel like you can kind of see that on the cheeks. If you do have a ton of texture on your cheeks and you don't like to bring attention to it, this formula might not be your absolute favorite because it does just have like more of a sparkliness to it. It's still pretty metallic, but I don't know if you can see what I mean. And then last but not least, probably the most unique shade is Laser Glazer in the green packaging. So this is a really cool shade because it has kind of like a pinky warm base to it, and then it has a green gold kind of shift going on, and this one also has a little bit more of that like sparkly glittery texture to it. I really prefer this one as an eyeshadow just because I feel like I can kind of make it work for my cheek, but it's just the base of it is a little bit warm, so it depends on what blush I'm using, what bronzer I'm using, to whether I can blend it out and kind of make it mesh with the rest of my face. It is very intense if you have fair skin, but I think it's super beautiful and it is a really cool eyeshadow. It does remind me quite a bit of Natasha Denona Lime Chrome because it has the same kind of shift to it, and maybe I can pull that out and swatch it really quickly in case you're curious, although the texture is not the exact same. So those are all 6 shades. You can see I kind of did them in the pairings because these are the more natural. These are the 2 duochromes, and then these are the duochrome glitteriness. I mean, I do feel like as a set overall, it is really fun. There's a lot of variety, but my favorite would definitely be the pink Star Surfer because I'm basic apparently. So here's the gold palette, and there's Lime Chrome. So there's what they look like next to one another. Like I said, the shift honestly is super similar. So for my face swatches, I'm just going to go ahead and use the Shop Miss A F19 brush for all 6 shades. Just going to apply it and then wipe the brush off and apply it onto the other side. And the way that I do face swatches when I do multiple face swatches is I normally take like a makeup wipe or a baby wipe or something, and I get rid of the face swatch, and then I'll go in with powder and just make it look more like a base, and then I'll go in with the next shade and I'll kind of erase the previous. So I got a comment once where someone was like, why are you putting all the shades on top of each other? That's not what I'm doing. It's just off camera in between face swatches. I'll remove and start the base over as good as I can. Normally by the time I finish the video, my face looks a little cakey, but it's the whole point is showing how the shades look on the skin, so it's fine. Let's just go ahead and jump on in.
Empty hearts and neon lights, they're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly, and I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. La 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 la. Oh, oh. Get me out of broken hearts and starting fights, turning truth to lies. Gotta get up, stop wasting time. Yeah, I wanna run off and fly, and I'll tell myself it's fine to be
So that's everything for today's video. I really hope it was helpful for y'all. If I left anything out or you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.